Alright, so today I wanted to talk about Slade Barrick. He is also known as Razor, and he is a character that will be appearing in the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 campaign.
You'll also meet operatives like Slade Razor Barrick, who heads up Spectre 2, the secondary JSOC team supporting the mission.
He was mentioned briefly in the Black Ops 7 Direct that was released when the campaign reveal came out. And I think this character, first of all, looks very experienced. He's a team leader, and he looks like a character that received a lot of attention from the developers. His design looks very cool. If we see him here, he has a cool haircut, he has a cool beard, eyes look distinct. And it appears here that he has dog tags with maybe bullet holes. Maybe those are some of his buddies that he's lost. So there's a story there. He has a cool gear here with a knife. He has his weapon. And I mean, he just looks like a badass freaking character. And now the role that he's going to play in the Black Ops 7 campaign is still yet to be determined. We do know, however, that David Mason and his team go on an operation to Avalon. However, while they're investigating the guild, maybe attacking, maybe looking for a way to get to Emma Kagan, who knows, they get caught in a trap. They get hit with the Cradle 2.0 or whatever it's called, and they kind of lose their shit. You can see in the trailer that they start going crazy. They start thinking about all these different things, and that's when the game is going to take a different turn. Well, in the outside world, while David Mason and his team are trapped, you have Spectre 2 led by Slade Barrick and his own operators, and they go to Avalon as well, and they're probably going to look to rescue or help or assist David Mason in some way. I think this is such a cool thing to do in Call of Duty. I think this is such a cool thing to do in the campaign. This is something that we haven't gotten much of in past Call of Duty campaigns recently. Sometimes, for example, in Modern Warfare 3, you have Task Force 141, and they kind of do everything, right? And sometimes if something goes wrong, you want another team to come and help. You could say that the Shadow Company were that team in Modern Warfare 2, but they turned out to be bad, and Los Vaqueros never really helped too much. They weren't part of like the same unit. They kind of just got together in Mexico, but they weren't operating within the same branch is what I'm trying to say. And Spectre 1 and Spectre 2 are both part of JSOC. Slade and David Mason are both team leaders. David Mason has his team and we already know them, and Slade has his own team, but we haven't met those characters yet. I think it's very interesting to do it this way because if David Mason gets stuck with his team, they're all going to go in these trippy, crazy missions where stuff is going to be like very wacky and wild. And then Slade Barrick is going to have his missions that are going to be a little bit more grounded. They're going to be in real life. He's probably going to be fighting a lot of the robots from the guild, trying to get to David Mason, maybe going on his operations, and it might allow us to connect to another team, to new characters, and there might be a tragedy there, maybe something similar to Modern Warfare 3 from 2011. Maybe one of these teams is going to serve as a sacrificial lamb, in a way, or there's more opportunity for loss if you get acquainted with more of these characters, or you build a relationship with these characters throughout the campaign, then it might hurt more if something happens to one of them. So it sets the stage for something bigger. I think also it's good to go from 4 operators that are in Spectre 1, David Mason and his team, to another 4 potentially that Slade Barrick has. So now you have 8 operators in total. So that's 8 characters that you might be able to change between, play as, get to know, have conversations, and all of these characters are going to have their own thoughts, their own opinions on the conflict that's going on. This also might be helpful for that final 12th mission of the game where it's like a PvE extraction mode, and you get to play as Spectre 1, and now you'll get to play as Spectre 2, and maybe any other characters or teams that are there. So it gives you a lot of options and a lot of variety. We also see here that Slade Barrick is going to be a playable operator in multiplayer, so that's something cool, something to look forward to as well. I thought that it was very interesting that there's this other JSOC unit, this other JSOC team full of special operators that are probably they're more than likely just as capable as David Mason and his team, and we're going to get to play as them as well. I think that is something super cool, super dope, and it wasn't something that I was necessarily expecting when it came to Black Ops, but it was so small, so quiet, so hidden that maybe a lot of people haven't picked up on it, or maybe a lot of people don't know about it if they're only looking for the main things. Maybe they didn't see the direct. You wouldn't know that there's a whole other quote-unquote secret team just waiting to be used, led by Slade Barrick. I mean, this is really cool, and I cannot wait to see where this goes.